Ladies and gentlemen, wow. That's all we can say about this pickup. I'm going to show you guys and gals is wow. You know, there's a reason we're starting the episode this way, walking toward the camera, sitting down, or walking away from the camera, sitting down, because this episode will be in tribute to Bithead 1000. Even he would be very much impressed about a pickup that we got this past week. And I so wish I had a camera like he did, like he does in his videos at the thrift stores and garage sales, to be able to show you guys what I experienced there when I saw this pickup. But unfortunately I didn't. Without further ado, you're tuned in to the not so greatest video game channel on YouTube in the history of human civilization. I'm Steven, Laggy Gamer. Let's get into these pickups. Should I say the best for first or the best for last? You know what? Best for last. You're going to have to sit through all the stuff. Anyways, let's get back to what we're here for. I'm going to show you guys some stuff I picked up over the past month and a half. I know there's probably some other stuff on my shelf that I'm missing, but these are some key things I'm just going to show you guys that I picked up. Some recent stuff, and then I'll end with the retro goodness. But we'll get things started first off with this big thing in front of me. And that's this. Finally got a computer. I've been using my wife's iMac, which has been doing great. Don't get me wrong, but I have wanted my computer for the longest time, my own, and not to have to share. And I picked up an Alienware MX14. It's been doing a fine job for me so far. It's been fantastic. It can knock out games like a champ. I'm getting all my programs and stuff down on here for podcast recording and everything. I'm loving it so far. This is by far the best computer I've ever owned. And I'm normally one who doesn't get laptops or just buys a name like that. I normally build my own stuff like I do my desktops, but don't have time to build stuff anymore as far as desktops and everything. Didn't really want to have the room anywhere to store a desktop with a monitor and everything. And I just wanted a laptop to be convenient. Didn't want to have to mess or hassle with putting anything together, so I just bought that. And no joke, guys, the thing, I'll go ahead and show you. Guild Wars 2. I really wanted to play this game. I run everything on high, and it just knocks it out like a champ. So, Guild Wars 2 and the laptop, I'm loving both of these so far. I got a couple hours into this. Great. I love MMOs, MMO style games, and this is right up there on par with. This one's so easy to not get hooked and addicted into, though. I don't know if that's a good thing. I can drop this and be fine. Just how the battle system, everything's set up. Don't think World of Warcraft, because it's nothing like that. It's totally different, and it's just a beautiful world, and I'm loving it on that computer screen. It's just, that computer knocks it out and it looks wonderful. So, Guild Wars 2. And along with a computer accessory, I'll just set these here, had a buddy who is letting me use this, his Dazzle. He bought it and used it once and just does not use it anymore. I've already tested it out and done some stuff with it, and it records great. So expect maybe some, I want to do a Let's Play, but I mean, who really actually sits and watches someone play a whole game? I don't know. But I was figuring I was going to pick something short, maybe a Shadow Hearts Let's Play playthrough, I don't know. Something like that, or at least do my first and tens with it. But there's going to be some stuff done with this, I just don't know yet. So got that. Anyways, back to the games. Of course, picked up Code of Princess for 3DS. You've heard me and Dustin talk about it on the podcast. Fantastic side-scrolling beat-em-up. If anyone's on the fence about it, get it. Play it online. The multiplayer's fun. You just go side-scrolling areas, RPG elements, just hack and slash fighting. So be sure to check it out. Also, another one you heard me mention, Borderlands 2. It's amazing. Nothing I could say about it except that I love the first one. This one's just as good, if not better. I love the characters and the abilities they have. The Zero, the ninja's kind of lame to me. His ability isn't all that special, but the Siren, I'm just loving playing as her. And it's a fun game, especially if you can go through and play with people. I'm always playing with someone. That's what makes it so much more funner. And more funner. I'm making up my own words now. Anyways, just a fantastic game. Don't skip out on Borderlands 2. I know I'm probably flying through these, but I really want to get into the story of the last one, so I don't want this to be 25 minutes long. Anyways, before I show this one, I did get Resident Evil 6. Heard me talk about that on the podcast as well. And I liked the game. It was a fun game, but it wasn't a Resident Evil game to me. So I traded it in. But I did get it, and I played through Leon's campaign, about 2 chapters of Chris's, and I finished Jake's campaign. Hated Jake's. Chris's was okay. It was a nice action shooter. And Leon's was the best. It had the best storyline that I was playing throughout the 3 that I touched in. And between Jake's and Leon's, it was just by far better than his. But still didn't get that Resident Evil feel. I didn't get the atmosphere feel like some people might have gotten. It was too many zombies, too much ammo, too much melee, not enough shooting, and actually feeling like I felt too overpowered in the game, if that makes any sense. I never felt in danger like in the first 3, 4, 0, stuff like that. This one, I never felt like I was in harm of even dying at all. And I was playing through on veteran with a buddy, so I was doing it co-op, and like I said, it's a fun game if you're into third-person shooters. It is a fun game, but for me, it just wasn't a great Resident Evil game. And if you want to hear like another side of the story, someone who really enjoyed it or likes it a lot, I'm gonna leave a link to Ball and Nick 1982's video because he does his thoughts on it, and he really enjoys the game. Like I said, I think it's a fun game, but just don't get that Resident Evil feel for me. But you should watch his thoughts and see what you think, because maybe it could be your type of game. But I'll definitely get it again when it's cheap, maybe 20 bucks or so, or when they come out with the gold edition, if they ever do any add-ons or anything for it. But for now, I traded it in because they're giving me like 42 bucks credit at GameStop. And I really wanted this game, Doom 3. And it paid for it, 40 bucks, it was $39.99 brand new. I'm loving this game. I did play it when it was on the Xbox, but I only played maybe for a couple hours back when I first got it, because it actually did scare me. Nothing really scares me these days. Amnesia did a pretty good job of making a great atmosphere and getting my heart pumping a little bit. But Slender and all that stuff, it just is doing nothing for me. But this one right here is doing cheap scares perfectly. You turn any corner, they're always sending something jumping out at you, or just appearing. I'm getting hit from behind, which is the scariest thing, because you'll be fighting an enemy in front of you, and all of a sudden there's one of these things hitting you from behind. But I'm loving the game. I'm a little over halfway through. I plan on just knocking this out, because it's only about 10 or 12 hours long. But that's just the one story. This also comes with The Lost Mission, which is a brand new quest that no one's ever played, a couple missions, and it also comes with Resurrection of Evil expansion that was for the Xbox. And it comes with Doom 1 and Doom 2, which I've been playing through Doom 1 as well. And that's kind of set up, which I'll call them acts. It has 4 acts, and each act has like 8 or 9 stages. And I played the first Doom, first act, all the stages, until you see the ending of that one. It tells you to go to the next one. And I'm loving even the old school ones, because I never experienced the older ones. And I'm loving just the easy point and shoot. It seems like it's working perfectly. It's handling perfectly on the controller. And I'm loving that just as much as I'm loving this. So Doom 3, this is by far way better than Resident Evil 6 in my opinion. It pains me to say that because Resident Evil is just such a great series to me. But I'm loving this game. Alright, speed things up a little bit. Timber, everything's falling down. Condemned 2 Bloodshot. I got this at the beginning of October because I did want to play a new survival horror game while waiting for, Resident Evil 6 was coming out at the beginning, so I had something to play. But this might have been at the middle of September. Anyways, picking it up. I love the first Condemned. I thought it was a great game. It was one of the first games I ever had on the 360. And this, I haven't played this yet, but I'm looking forward to getting into it. Heard some good things about it, and if it's the first one, first Condemned, the mannequin scene, if anyone's playing it, know what I'm talking about, that's scary stuff in a game. And actually this today, because I had Saturday off finally, so looking forward to having the day off today and going to garage sales and flea markets. And I was feeling good after my pickup earlier in the week, and there was nothing today. I was so disappointed for everything I saw. I did go to the flea market, but I have a whole nother story about that with some overpriced stuff, maybe in a future video about flea markets or whatever. But at the flea market, it's in a little bit beat up condition. A guy was selling this, Catherine, for the 360. and didn't come with a manual or anything, just come with the disc. But it was only $2. The guy had it in a case with a PS2 game. He said he had some out-of-box Resident Evil 1 and Resident Evil 2, but no box. They had the manuals, but Resident Evil 2 was missing the disc for the PS1. And he was asking just for $2 for any of the games, and I was like, I'll take this one for $2. So I picked up Catherine, haven't tried it yet. Like I said, a little beat up, but for $2, you can't beat it. Alright, now we're getting into some older stuff here. I guess I'll show you guys the stuff first on 4. People I work for had bought some property, and in the property they're not doing anything with any of the items that were in there. So I was like, hey, you can have some of the stuff that's in there that I just saw while looking around over the property. And in there they had a without a case or manual. I mean, this is just a case I put it in because it was just sitting out. But it's Yu-Gi-Oh! GX, and this game in too bad of condition. I have no idea what it's like, but it was a free game, so I just picked it up and said, could I have it? I said, that's fine. But the real trophy in there was this. A Tron arcade game type machine. Crow from the Retro Roadshow, one of his early episodes on his channel, had him repairing one of these and fixing it and playing it. And I'm going to have to go back and watch that because my contacts for the batteries in here are kind of corroded and stuff and need some cleaning. So I'm probably going to watch and see everything he did to get one of these running again, because I don't even want to put batteries in it because I'm afraid that it might fry something. But so excited to find this. This is like an old, nice handheld. It's got color on the screen and everything from what I saw in his video. So I'm looking forward to getting this working, cleaning it up nice, and it's going to be a nice little shelf piece and thing to play because I love Tron, the movie series and everything, and even the cartoon series that came out. So I'm glad I got that. Alright, now some thrift store pickups that I got through over the month. First one here, get into the good retro goodness, was this case, 64, got a game in there. I think it could hold SNES games too, but saw this at a Goodwill for $5, I believe. And I was like, sure, why not? Because 64 games, they don't have any labels or anything on the top to indicate what they are. So I figured just for storage purposes, I'll keep my loose carts in here. And it's in pretty decent shape. The front's peeling up a little bit, but no biggie. All the wood seems in pretty good condition, and yeah, not bad. Next, at another Goodwill, because I got 3 around my area, I picked up Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance. It was $1.50. And I had actually started playing this, and I realized it's a co-op game. And I still got it in my GameCube, but I mean, old school dungeon crawling with it just reminded me of like Elder Scrolls, or it's like just a top-down view basically, but it's just the mechanics is like you see where RPGs have come from, and I just had a blast playing through this while I put like 4 hours into it, so I was like, hold up, let me wait and play this with a friend. So I plan on doing some co-op play with a buddy, and we're probably going to knock this game out in a couple days because it's only about 15 hours to beat, I think. I think it's a short game from what I've looked up about it. But I've had a blast with it, just hack and slash, RPG, spells, really fun game. My first Baldur's Gate game I've ever played, and I'm really enjoying it. So next thrift store or Goodwill I went to was when you saw this box Game Boy over here in an earlier video. Picked this one up at the last and final Goodwill for $5 as well. It had a $5 price tag. The box is in a little beat up condition. You can see some wear on the corner here. Not in the best of shape, and I hadn't seen this box before. I guess it's like a re-release of the Game Boy. But I opened it up to make sure everything worked, and it turned on. I mean, and it is in. If you guys could see this, I mean, there's not a scratch or dirt or anything anyway. This is like a brand new Game Boy. I mean, except for the sticker being a little faded there, just everything was perfect on it. I'll turn it on for you. It's gonna have a black bar just because you don't got a game in it, but I mean, it works. Batteries are always dead in your Game Boy, of course. And inside this box was 2 games actually. Tetris and Bugs Bunny Crazy Castle. They were inside the box, so got all these for $5. And on the back of these games, they actually have $13 price tags, $12.95. So, wow, someone paid a lot of money for some games. But yeah, all this for $5. Fantastic pickup. I mean, you can't find a Game Boy with this box for $5, so had to get it. But now, or one more. Went to a new biker thrift store type deal that started up near a downtown area where I work, and found Kirby's Dream Land for $1 in a case. And I love the Kirby games. This is the very first Kirby I ever played. Don't recall beating it, so I'll probably just play this and knock it out in a day just to experience it again. And that's actually what I might do when I get done with this episode. So, Kirby's Dream Land, fantastic game for the Game Boy. And now the coup de grace pickup of the week. Bithead, hope you're paying attention. Gotta watch this. Story first or game first? No, I'll just show you the game. Yep. Ninja Gaiden 3, The Ancient Ship of Doom for the NES, boxed, sealed, brand new, price tag on the front, $4. Yeah, pretty amazing, right? Anyway, the other day, I had left work early because I knew I was going to be having to work some special events and everything, and I wasn't feeling too good. So I went ahead and went home. Later on that evening, we had to go back out grocery shopping. I hate going grocery shopping, hate doing any shopping. And I was feeling like crap. So I said, wife, if you want to go out, then let's at least go by the Salvation Army Family Store. That way I can have a reason to be going out. Because I never go by there, and every time I do, they never have anything anyway. But I figured, let's go by it today. Maybe they'll have something. And as soon as I walk in, I look right at the glass case that's right at the cash register. If you've been in any thrift store, they try to keep their best stuff in the glass cases and everything. This was sitting in there. And at first I thought, oh crap, well, I'm walking to it because I think they're going to be asking a buttload for it. But I get up there, $4. $4 for a sealed, and I will show you, it is sealed, but they're from about here to here. There is a slit where it is opening, but that just seems like fading over time, just the plastic stretching. But I mean, it is still sealed from the corner there and the corner there, just that little tear. But yeah, saw it in there and I couldn't believe it. I was like, I'm definitely going to get that. She got it out for me, and I was worried she was going to rip the plastic off, but she didn't. She got it out so I could look at it, and I was like, I will get it and I will leave. And she gave her my debit card. She's running it through, and it's not going through. It's not going through, you guys. And I'm sitting there like, no way. This is not happening. I mean, I'm so excited because I'm a hunter. And it's like in the woods when a big buck walks by, your heart's racing. It's like finding the big buck out in the wild. And it's not working. It's like my gun's jammed. And I can't get it to fire. So she's sitting there swiping my card. She used a plastic bag, and by the time she got the plastic bag on there, it's like the 8th or 9th time, she's like, I'm sorry sir, it's just not working, and bam, it went through. So $4, I think $4.15 with tax. I don't know if they do tax at those places or not. I got a brand new, sealed, Ninja Gaiden 3, Ancient Ship of Doom. It's hard enough to find this card loose. I think this card loose went for like $30. I don't know, something around there. So there's no telling what a box sealed copy goes for. I don't know. I looked up on eBay right when I got in my car just to see a price range of what this might be, and I saw where one with the grading case sold for like $1,200, but that could be a bunch of crap, so who knows. But anyways, if this can fetch a good price, you know, I probably won't hang on to it because I have a 5-year anniversary coming up in December, and I love my wife more than I love video games, so if that'll pay for like half a cruise or something for us, or a good night out, I could care less about the game because I'd rather spend a good night with her for our 5-year anniversary. So enough of me waving it around everywhere before I drop it and rip it open. But that is the great pickup of all time for me. That's the best. I know I got the box sealed Star Tropics, but that one's way harder to find than a Star Tropics. So enough of me gloating about that. Bithead, I hope you get to see this video because you'd appreciate a pickup like that. I hope this didn't go too long and I rushed through a lot of stuff, but I really wanted to get into the story about that Ninja Gaiden pickup. But anyway, just stay tuned. We got the newest episode of Another Gaming Podcast should be up here within about a week and a half. We're going to record it tomorrow. Looking forward to that. We're going to have a nice guest on, Film Trooper. So stay tuned to watching that. I got a lot of video stuff I want to do. Just got to find the time to do it. So thanks for watching this pickup. Bye now.